Greetings, folks. Welcome back to the TractorFella channel, where we know nothing about tractors. On today's episode, we're going to take this beautiful... Just kidding. I had planned to do a will it run on this, as well as how to build an engine stand, but as you will see shortly, it takes me a long time. So, on today's episode, we're going to show you how to build this overly complex, yet conveniently folding boat engine stand. And I love it. See you in a sec. On this beautiful day, let's hit the lumberyard so we can build an engine stand for it. There's probably a statistic on how you're supposed to build your engine stand, but what I want to do is make sure I can put a bucket in the bottom so you can put the whole lower unit in the bucket. We are approximately 1 foot wide. Okay, so we're going to want about a 1 foot square on the bottom. And get your butt out of there. Yeah, you. So roughly from where we mount on the transom down to the bottom of what I believe is called the skag, or skag, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Looks like about 2 feet. I have another engine over here. Let's check the depth of that one too. Okay, so from the bottom of the skeg up to where we mount is also about 2 feet. All right, well, this is a good common theme here. You want to come? Okay. I don't know about any of you other Midwesterners, but this has been traffic. This has been a weird winter. Today is 40-some degrees and beautiful. It should not be. All right, we have made it to the lumberyard. Sorry, just punched you in the face. Okay, we're gonna want some 2x4s, perhaps a 2x6. Sorry about the breeze. Okay, pardon my ass. So we know we want a 2 foot box on the bottom. And we know we want at least 2 feet going up to the top. I was hoping for 2x4s for a little lower profile. That'll work. Excuse me. Hey, there's a 2-footer. Chewed up, but that'll work. This one's broken and old. Perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah. A little extra never hurt. Oh, okay, there's an ankle. Need to organize my lumberyard. Maybe this is a lumber shack. My lumber shack. Oh, there we go. What is this? 8? 2x8. That's good and tall. It'd be perfect for our transom simulator. You better not knock them over. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You better not knock them over. I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Betcha? No. No. Stay. Hold on tight. Stay. You stay right there. Apologies. A lot of this lumber came from an old deck that we had. I miss that deck. We tore it out because we thought we were getting foundation work. And then that fell through. As it turns out, you can't jack up a rock foundation. Isn't that nice? Should be good to go. There we go. One more for good measure. Excuse me, please. Let's go get the lumber wagon. Check this out. I think we're missing something there. Maybe like a bearing. I don't know. It's probably supposed to look like that. Probably just end up buying a new wheel. Probably cheaper than trying to get a bearing for it. Little corn crib history. The previous owner was born in this house. And after he got back from World War II, he built that corn crib with his dad. I think there's a 1948 carved in the cement somewhere. So I'm fairly confident that 32 inches will be a good height. One, because I can put the lower unit in the bucket if I need to, and I think on this engine I'm going to need to because I don't see the earmuff style pickup. So I'm thinking 32 will be good, plus you're not bending way over, you're not sitting way high. So we'll go with that. Got a screw in the bottom here. Let's go ahead and just cut that off. All right, 32. Beautiful. Next, how wide do we want the top? I want bucket plus space because I want to make sure the tiller can turn the full distance. I put my brain to use for a good 6 or 8 seconds, and it doesn't really matter how wide it is because the 2x4s are such low profile that it should be able to swing full tilt back and forth, no problem. Do we want a box like so? Or do we want to try to do this? Whoop. This will obviously be less sturdy and I'll probably need an angle support, which will take away our tilt. Now obviously we can't turn it with the bucket, but if the intake on this one doesn't allow for earmuffs, then this is my only option. So I don't think it really matters. Let's just go for it. All right, folks. I'm flying from the seat of my pants here. I've decided that we're going to church up the stand a little bit. Found some cable. Found some cable clamps. This is from those big dumb green tents that we have out there. Got some hardware here. All kinds of just glorious hardware. Yeah, I know this is one of those, who has all these extra parts laying around? Well, I do, because I started a hoard. Some of this comes from the tent hardware. Some of this comes from a play set that our friends gave us. Thank you. You know who you are. So, my thoughts. Are you ready to be traumatized? I'm ready. Where's my super masculine pencil? I'm going to quickly and wigglingly draw this out. Here's a side profile of our engine stand. Here's the back. This is our 2x4. Not to scale whatsoever. This is our mount for the engine to bolt to. Here's one of our side supports. It's going to come back and it will run forward. Again, extremely not to scale. This 2x4 is actually completely the wrong orientation. All right, and then we're going to have a bolt here as a pivot point. We're going to have a bolt here and a bolt here. And the cable will loop from one bolt to the other bolt. So as the engine applies pressure in this direction, this cable will hold the stand upright and we'll make it adjustable in some way, shape, or form. When we're ready to fold it up, we'll also have another support board behind here in between the two. When we're ready to fold it up, we'll undo the cable on one end and we'll undo the cable on the other side, and then we'll fold it shut. Now, one big issue in my garage is I have no space for anything. So my thought behind doing this is this will give us some additional space. And with any luck, it won't fall apart with the propeller running and I lose a phalange. Worst case scenario, it fails. I end up putting a whole bunch of nails and screws everywhere and we make it fixed. Well, this will either work or it won't. Decided to go 17 inches in front, 8 inches in the back, because that stress point from there to there will be pretty darn high. And if it's really short and really straight up and down, it's not going to do a dang thing. So, let's get to it. Oh, how long has that freaking hot tub been on? Every time. Lightning. frickin' knot. That was ridiculous. Ooh, ooh. These came from the fence stretcher. I don't know if you remember that episode where we fixed the fence that the tree fell on. These are old, very worn out, and need to be replaced. Part of the reason I'm using these is because they have permanent thread locker built into them, because the threads are so smashed. It's perfect. Ow. That's not because I'm sandwiching the wood together. That's because the threads are so bad. Always losing my pencil. Oh, my pocket the whole time. Pretty standard for the course here. Well, hi there. I'm actually trying to light a fire. It's a sign. Time for a new kit. Okay. Making progress. There's our pile of hardware in the dirt. So how do we want to do this? So this will have to be way up here. Essentially, I want this to be at a spot where it won't interfere with the fold. I think that should be good. It's about an eighth inch up. I'll just put a dent right there. There we go. Dent complete. Flip this one around. Do the same thing. About an eighth inch up. Dent complete. Will not interfere. All right. Nice soft wood. Definitely good for a robust engine stand. Gonna go ahead and egg this out a little bit. Just enough so we can get that little clamp guy back there on the back side. At least get it started. Now we'll beat it into submission. Nut first, washer second. Then we're going to thread it into that piece in there. We'll thread it in until it starts to stick out the back there. And there she is. All right. Coming out the back. Now we're going to go ahead and sandwich it together. Sort of lock it on itself. All right. That is not going anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and shoot for the center here. 1 3/4 from the bottom. 1 3/4 from the side. So about right there. I don't want to go back any farther because we may compromise the integrity of the wood. So we'll start with that. I think I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to have these face inward. The reason I say that, although yes, the cable will essentially cross this plane, I just don't want the extra hardware sticking out. Shouldn't do anything. Might make a dent in the wood, but whatever. Well, I don't know how much of that you saw, because supposedly the camera ran out of memory. Anyway, we're doing a cross design here. Cable will come across. I don't think that'll be a big deal. Now we have some nice folding action. Right, because that was a little, a little tight right there. This one fits perfectly, probably because it's looser. So, yep, called it a little close, but yeah, the concept is there. Welcome back, folks. It's another new and beautiful day. Now remember to shut off the hot tub. So I made a decision that I would like these little guys to go on the inside of these little guys because I'm going to have a cross support here for stability, and when we fold it up, I want it to go inside. Because if it's the opposite way, please hold. If it's the opposite way like this cross member here will end up hitting the outside of this here. And although it looks a little more stable like this, I don't think we're going to have any issue whatsoever flipping it around the other way. I'm going to pick up the little guy over there, which is actually kind of heavy, and we're going to see about the right height we want for the transom simulator. Pretty exciting. These are a little gummy, but I'd rather they stay gummy. Not that it would ever vibrate loose, but who knows? It could happen. Thanks a lot, Tight. Okay, let's see how we can line this up. Oh boy. Yeah. That's good for it. Oh, there's a handle on the back. That's convenient. The first problem is that we're backward. So give me another 5 or 10 minutes. We'll get this. Don't you worry. There we go. Whew. Excuse me. I'm all hoarse. I think we're just going to go right to the top. Might be a little extra ground clearance. I think the width is pretty good. This is just very awkward. You know what? We can always change it. Let's just mock it up. Okay, here we go. So I've decided that we're going to put this brace on the outside here because inside, originally these were going to be on the outside. We flipped it around so that it'll fold up flat. I could potentially squeeze them in there, but they would be sticking out and that looks kind of tacky. So we're going to go with 20.5 inches. And I chose that distance because that's how this board was already cut. I'm going to pre-drill these so we don't do any wood splittage. There we go. Now maybe we can get a flush surface. So many level spots on my perfect driveway. Could not have chose any more uneven wood if I tried. And yes, these are leftover construction screws from when I was working in the house for years. Wasn't it amazing that we just used a standard Phillips head? Whoever implemented the star was a genius. Yeah, so we're going to pretend that I didn't just screw these on backward from what we discussed earlier. But at least we caught it at this point, right? And the holes are pre-drilled too. That's very convenient. Get out of there. All right. None of you saw that happen. None of you saw that happen at all. Okay, Titan. Great. Thanks. Thanks for that. 20 3/8 is what we're going to want out here. Perhaps, well, no. I can find something a little better than that, don't you think? How about this other broken one? Oh, there we go. So it's 20 3/8 to the outside and 17 1/4 on the inside. Oh, jeez. Now I know why this wood is left over. Because it's like from one end to the other. Oh well, never said it had to be perfect. Let's see if we can pull this together a little bit. Started to, then ripped out. Need something longer. Well, what do you think? Think that one will work? I think it might. Oh yeah. We got all the suck in on that one. Exponential suck. Wow, and it's not even that crooked. I'm kind of feeling good about these, pull it out of your rear construction projects. Oh, that'll be so nice, getting it out of the way. Thank you, Titan. All right. 23 3/8, outer edge to outer edge is what we need for our top plate. Holy cow. Less than 23 3/8. Well, that kind of figures. That's okay. I'm gonna head back to the lumber yard, aka lumber shack, and I'm now renaming to lumber crib, and see if I can find something longer. I will spare you the excitement. We have upgraded from a 2x8 to a 2x10. Why so big? Well, this will give us angular stability without having to use triangle braces. If I'm screwing in way down here, screwing in way up here, it's not going to want to go like this. So hopefully this will be all the stability chunks we need. Otherwise we could add another one here. But it'd be nice to be able to lift this up on the wall and hang it without using a forklift. You know what I mean? All right, let's measure this out and get it cut. No, absolutely not. Back it up. I have literally, not figuratively, but literally lost my pencil mark. There it is. I said no. This is dangerous. Thank you. Of course, now he knows every time he sets it on the saw, I'm going to throw it for him. So that's great parenting right there. Question is that enough meat? Yeah, that's enough meat. Especially if we put 8 of them in. We'll do this side first, squeeze it together, and that side second. Hercules is itching his butt on Red Beauty. Good for you, Herc. Good for you. I think 6 will suffice. All right. Get off of there. There we go. Things are coming together. Although, the heights are different. Probably because the holes down there are in different spots. This is not a jig-created, mathematically calculated, perfect device. This is, you got a bunch of scrap wood laying around and some screws, and you make yourself something you've wanted and needed for a long time. That's what this is. Man, I might just have to dedicate an entire episode to this alone. Although by now, I'm sure you've realized that I don't move very fast. Some of it's choice, some of it's in my nature. What did you even drop for me? This? Again, what's the point? Now for the test. Weight-wise, oh wow, this is actually really light. Stability. It rocks a little because the frame's not perfect, but that thing's not rocking. We're in good shape there. Heck no, I'm not moving. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Now, it's cable time. So I spoke earlier about the cable and being able to tension and loosen it if we needed to, make an adjustment. So here's our magic key. I'm sure 98.5% of you know what this is, but if you don't, this is called a turnbuckle. I had to borrow the turnbuckle, and what I borrowed it from bit me. Didn't like it very much. Essentially, one's threaded one direction, one's threaded the opposite direction. You turn the centerpiece, and that allows them to either it allows these end hooks to come together or spread apart. So my plan is to use the open end, and this is temporary, this is for proof of concept, and use the open end to hook on the top, because if for some reason this rocks back, it's going to be less likely to fall out. If it were down here on this bolt and this rocked back, this would most likely fall out. Let go, engine falls over, Bob's your uncle, and he's not very happy about it. So let's try this out. Let's get our cable cut. Phase one, I'm going to make sure this is fairly level to begin with. Or I should say square. Then again, I have no idea how level these boards are. Pretty good. Let's see how drastically different this one is. Wow, not bad. Not bad at all. We're gonna leave it right there. Okay, step one complete. Step two, hang your turnbuckles. Number one, number two. An added benefit of these pins being opposite is it's going to help pull the wire into the board rather than trying to pull it away from the board. Not that that was ever an issue to begin with. Step three, let's figure out what cable length we need. Hercules, you look super happy right now. First of all, I'm going to wrap this wire because it's fraying a little bit. You might be thinking, that cable's kind of small. Well, yeah, it is kind of small, but it's also used to hold down a 37 foot by 16 foot by 15 foot tent. Did I say 37? I meant 47. So if it can hold that down with the prevailing winds coming across the field and blasting the tent, I think we're in good shape. I'm going to go through here like so. Loosen up our cable clamp. Whoop! She go. These cable clamps are not super user-friendly, but they work for what they're designed for. 20 minutes later. Seriously, 20 minutes later. I think we're getting close. What size are we here? An 11. Hello, bird. I saw a wasp already. That makes me really happy. Sometimes this works, sometimes not. Today we're in luck. We are officially turnbuckled. Just trying to figure out the right amount of cable to put on here. I have this set pretty much directly in the middle of its tightness setting. I'm thinking that should be plenty right there. So what we're going to do first is wrap it so that when we cut it, it doesn't fray as badly. No, I don't have a cable cutting tool, so today we're going to use tin snips. We'll see how that goes. I think a cutoff wheel, believe it or not, is actually the optimal choice for cutting steel cable. Ideally, I get this so snug around here that it can't come off the end. We may end up just putting a washer on there, but right now I am just way too excited. Hi, Hercules. Thank you for the kisses. Yeah, you're a good boy. Oh, no, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, that baby's not coming off of there. In my extraordinarily humble opinion, need a turnbuckle, because no matter how much you tighten your cable, you're going to end up with some slack. Okay, on to the next one. Oh, no way! I just freaking broke it. Wow. Okay, well, after all that, don't over tighten, or don't tighten unevenly. That's probably my mistake. Dang. Well, good news is I have more. Try this again. That's not going anywhere. Okay, on to the next one. Oh yeah, I got that in there a lot. get these babies tightened up. It's pulling it back, getting it more level. Ideally, once you set this, you should never have to worry about it again. At least I would think not. Oh yeah. Alright, who's ready to test this and watch it fail? Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. Okay. So we're definitely going to have to put some type of lock in here so that it doesn't go this way. This is surprisingly balanced in the upright position, which is how I'm sure they're designed. Another thing we can do, loosen these back up so that we actually get a little bit of forward lean. Actually, that's pretty level right there. You know what? I am freaking happy. This turned out better than I thought it would. See any other problems? That's okay. I had a backup plan. And that backup plan was to get a larger bucket, which we're probably going to need anyway, because the exhaust coming out of here would most likely melt this anyway, if it got hot enough. But we'll just, you know, put a little brace across here, put the container on top of it, and call it a day. As far as the rearward motion, I lifted the engine up as if I were to take it out of the water, and that obviously revealed a problem. So I'm coming up with a couple of simple solutions for that. But I mean, come on, you know? I had a bunch of scrap wood laying around, extra screws, a couple of turnbuckles, some wire. Made ourselves a pretty cool engine stand, and I can fold it up at the end of the day and hang it on the wall. That is a big thing for me since there's no space in my garage. So, all right, well, anyway, I'm going to continue to ponder our rearward brace, and I will get back to you soon. Welcome back, folks. It is a new and beautiful day again. We're in the 50s today. It's amazing. We're going to continue on this beast, which isn't so beastly. Okay. Those are my fingers. Stop. Yes, I'm happy to see you too. Very happy. All right. Anyway, as I was saying, we're going to continue on this. I've decided I can't handle the lack of symmetry, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to cut it down to where it needs to be. We're going to tuck it into where it should be. Now, then we will have symmetry, and then we will be happy. And then we'll work on our brace. Look at those skills. Come on, set it up there. Oh, thought we were going to. You going to try again? You going to set it up there? Let me see. Let's see it. Look at those skills. You are something else, boy. Back. You gotta be careful, because if you're not careful, he will go for the stick the same time you go for the stick, and you'll get some black and blue fingers. Ask me how I know. That's why when people come over, we tell them, don't throw sticks for the shepherd. My goodness. The thing is, he doesn't even want to be pet. He doesn't care. Look at me. Hey. See, you don't even care. You don't even care. You just want the stick. Hercules, on the other hand, can't get enough attention. 17 1/4 is our winner, because we're going to match the other cross member. Right there. Super masculine pencil. Double check. Business. Now, level ground, for real. Maybe we can take this opportunity to square it up a bit. So I stood on it, gave it a bend, a twist, and a tickle, and we're pretty darn level right now. This will make me so much happier. I don't know why. You know what? I should be doing this in the upright position. Are you guys bored yet? Yeah, I thought so. I think I have it figured out. I took a large hair's worth of material off the bottom of this cross member here, kind of pulled things straight. We'll see. Okay, enough of that from everyone. That includes me. Big reveal. Ugh. Better. Not perfect, but better. And now we begin the construction of our overly complex back stand here, or back brace here. I'm essentially just going to take a 2x4 and I'm going to cut it to length and notch it, and then we'll use the cables to pull everything tight. Like I said, this whole thing is becoming overly complex, but that's all right.
Yeah, love you too. Okay, yep, big kisses. Good. Always lose it.
You, out of here.
Start conservative.
So basically, this can't be too short, because then we won't have enough. Oh, wow. Look at all of that clearance. We have more than enough material on top, so we'll trim out a little bit more on the bottom and then work on the top. In golf, we call that a UBU. Ugly but useful. Bottom engaged. Top. Oh man. It's pretty much perfect. It's gonna have a little bit of a backward preload. I don't really like it, but we're gonna use it anyway because I don't really have a choice. I cut it too short, like I thought I would, so I have an idea as to how to make it adjustable. I know. This started out as a simple project, and now it's turned into quite the hackery. But that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta improvise. Ow. Now we can make it shorter or longer. Well, it's a little more level. It's still kind of tacky looking, but honestly, whatever, it's gonna work. That front screw I used as sort of a stabilizer. The back one I have adjusted to give it a good bump to the right spot. All right, let's put our wires on there and finish this up, shall we? On second thought, I freaking love it. I really do. Cables are tight, holding things in place. And the best part is now, we can tilt it and it won't fall over. It's rocking because the ground is super level. I am extremely happy. Extremely. Okay, folks, I think we're going to do the Will It Run next time. I know. Don't be disappointed. We'll get to see her in all of her glory running with the Thunderbolt ignition. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really excited about this stand. I'm going to pop the engine off, we'll fold it all back up, hang it on the wall just to finish it up and add some glory. Now we don't have to worry about those hooks coming off either, because they'll be under tension the whole time. We'll go this way. That way the cables hang down and they're not in our way. One thing to note, I drilled the holes too large, so these are allowed to shift back and forth. Not super convenient, but is what it is. Just pretend it's hanging on the wall. Oh, what a lovely wall hanging spot. I'll get some hooks in here somewhere. Somewhere. Yeah, I'll get some... Alright, whatever. We'll find a spot for it. Anyway, huge space saver. Absolutely love it. Alright, folks. I think that's all she wrote. I'm really quite satisfied with how it turned out. It's going to hold what I need it to hold. It's going to do what I need it to do. And we'll use it again in the next episode when we do the Will It Run. So, I don't say it often because, I don't know, something about telling people to subscribe to your channel just makes me feel not right. Anyway, if you're interested and you want to see this little engine come to life, hit that button, hit the little alarm, and we'll be back for some more adventures on the Tractor Fella Show. So as always, if in the future you find yourself super bored and super desperate to watch something on YouTube, I will be here just for you. It might help you sleep at night, you never know. All right, I'm done. Sorry. Happy, super excited. See ya. Head bunt.